What's up, friends? Week 3 of Monday Motivation of hashtag bigdubfit. And we're going to come right out and start with a quote from Pat Summitt. Change equals self-improvement. Push yourself to places you haven't been before. That is our quote of the week. And we're going to come back to that here in a minute. But Pat Summitt, famous ladies basketball coach for the University of Tennessee, I think is or was, unless her records have been broken, the winningest coach of anything of all time, I believe, or one of the 5 most, hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of wins. And somebody I've always respected and thinks has a great leadership style, or had a great leadership style, and really worked with her teams to pull the best out of them. And I think that quote's really good for us. Here we are in the middle of week 3, where they say 21 days make a habit, and we're coming up on the 21 days here across week 3. So we got to stay focused. Last week was kind of the hump week of those first 3 weeks. So I'm hopeful you push through. We're about 200 or so posts on Instagram using the hashtag bigdubfit. Make sure that's what you use on Instagram if you want to enter the January giveaway. Every time you post in your post, not your story, and your profile does have to be set to public because it has to be able to be searchable to be found by to award the winner. Every time you do that, it's an opportunity to win something. So we'll give something away in a couple weeks. But let's continue with the Monday motivation. So if you want to do something you've never done before, or be somewhere you've never been before, you have to go through something you've never gone through before. You can't have new things in your life without experiencing new things along the way. So that quote from Pat Summitt talking about in self-improvement with change, if you want to get to where you've never gotten to, you have to do things you've never done. And for a lot of us, we have done these things before, but we fail, or we let ourselves down, or we go up and down, or we yo-yo. Maybe this is our second or third or fourth or fifth trying to do something like this to improve your overall life. And you get discouraged and something happens with work, or you get sick, or something happens with a family member, or whatever the case may be, and you slow down, and then you stop. And then you try again the next year, or 2 years later, or when someone else is doing it. And that's okay. I've done that. We've all done that. That's a part of this. And so what I wanted to give you was a tip this week. If you're trying to get to that place you've never been before, a thing that works for me, and that's investing in yourself. Actually investing in yourself. All of this is an investment in ourselves. It's an investment in our future. It's an investment in our family. It's an investment in all the things that we want to do, that by being healthier, whatever that definition is for you, whatever that one more step of being healthier is for you, less sugar, less sodas. I heard Dog this morning talking about less cereal, less sugar cereal, and replacing it with fruit. Whatever that small step is for you, that's awesome. And that's what you should be focused on, right? But what's a way you can help invest in yourself to keep taking those steps? And for me, I find actually investing in myself works. So if I want to encourage myself to keep going to kickboxing, I buy myself new kickboxing stuff. I got over Christmas, I got new headbands, I got new trunks, I got new kickboxing shoes. Natalie got me new gloves for Christmas. All new things, new shirts to wear, all new things, because money's been spent and we've invested in it. Now, if you're like me, and I think a lot of people, regardless of what your thing is, whether it's comic books or action figures or a new phone or PlayStation or a boat or going on vacations or trips, whatever it is, eating out, we have the thing that we don't mind spending money on. Our value proposition in the finances are broken for most of us, right? We'll buy a new $700 PlayStation bundle from GameStop, even though we don't necessarily need it, but we'll keep holes in our socks and be like, nah, I don't need to spend $10 to get new socks. I'll just keep rocking with these. I don't want to spend $10. Our value proposition is broken. That's true for most everybody, right? We find the things that we want and that we like, and we'll invest in those. We'll put money in those, but we struggle to do it on some of the other things because we don't want our money to go to that category because we don't value it as much, right? We don't value the socks as much as we do the action figure. So we'll buy Marvel Legends, but not a new pack of socks. This is part of it. It's part of our thing, right? That we struggle with, that we all need to do better and overcome. But the same thing is true with yourself. If you'll invest in yourself, if you'll spend some of that money on something, if you want to encourage yourself to walk outside more or run more or on a treadmill or whatever, buy yourself some new running shoes, some new walking shoes. And don't let them be from Payless or whatever is the deepest discount on sale. Buy yourself the ones you want. that are the colors you want, that have the technology you want. When I started running and doing all these 5Ks, specifically it's because I bought myself shoes that had a chip in them that could talk to my watch, that could talk to my phone, and then with my AirPods. And I bought a watch and AirPods. And so it would tell me your pace is this, your pace is that. All of those things are integrated. That encourages me to do more of it. Because not only is it helpful, because you've got the technology that's really cool, but I spent money on it. And thus, I need to use it. I need to use it. The same is true with your healthy eating, right? One of the biggest challenges in our country, in America at least, is that healthy eating is the most expensive way of eating. You can go to McDonald's, and even though there's not a dollar menu anymore, it seems like the McDonald's dollar menus became the $4 menu. You can go to McDonald's and spend 10 or 12 bucks. You get like a Big Mac meal. Unbelievable, that's what it costs now, something like that. Or if you want to get the grilled chicken sandwich and a salad, you're going to spend $20 at McDonald's. If you want to go to like a vegan restaurant, a vegetarian restaurant, you're going to spend $25, $30 to eat. But you can go get Little Caesar's pizza for $5 or $6, a whole pizza. That's one of the biggest challenges, is that it's expensive to try to eat healthier, at least for me. So it's easy to go, well, if I want to use a protein shake replacement instead of a meal for breakfast, or I want to supplement with protein bars, it's easy to get the Dollar Tree brand or the Walmart brand or the Kroger brand. That's great. If that's the thing that works for you, or that's what you can afford, that's great. If you can invest a little bit more, if you can maybe buy one less of these guys a month and take that $22.99 or $24.99 and put it toward a better box of protein bars, you'll find yourself a little more engaged with it, because they taste better, they do better, they help your body do better things. So invest in yourself, whether that's equipment, whether that's supplements, whether that's the meal, getting the higher end vegetable, the organic, or the whatever it is that you like. I don't really care about that stuff, but whatever it is that you like, that will encourage you to keep going. Because if we want to get to that place of self-improvement, that change that we haven't ever been before, we got to do things we've never done before. And so I encourage you to find a little bit, few bucks this week, week 3, and instead of spending on something that you normally would have, whatever that is, I'm not telling you to rob from the savings account or run it up on a credit card bill or take it out of the budget. I'm talking if you're like, well, twice a week I go to Quick Trip and I get a fully loaded Red Bull. Why don't you explore the 0-calorie energy drinks, right? Something like that. Or instead of buying that Red Bull or buying that Snickers bar, why don't you buy one of the more expensive protein bars? The Robert Irvine protein bars are delicious, and you won't know the difference. And they probably still have a lot of sugar in them, but they also have some other things that are really good for you. Just try to invest in yourself a little different. Save up, get yourself some new workout clothes that fit better, that have the material that helps you sweat more or stay warm because it's cold, or whatever the case is, and just invest in yourself. I'm excited. It's week 3. I see so many people joining in. I appreciate Kent Pool Live is posting almost every day stories and posts. Doodog's posting every day. I really appreciate those also that kind of have the following, or whatever the word is, helping and join this cause, because I think all of us can bring everybody up. And so I encourage you, be public with it, talk about it. Think about this. We've all known somebody that's either lost weight or quit smoking or something like that. And they talk about it all the time. You can't get them to shut up about how much weight they've lost this month, or how they hadn't had a pack of cigarettes in 6 weeks. And we're happy for them and proud of them, but that's all they talk about. Because they want accountability and they're proud of it. When that same person stops talking about it, and they're not talking about it as much, you can assure they're maybe struggling somewhere. They haven't maybe gone back, but they're struggling. So hold your people accountable. Encourage everybody and be public with it. If you're doing something good, talk about it. Talk about your workouts. Talk about what you're eating. That's what this challenge is all about. If you're doing it in silence, maybe you are, but I bet you're not. So I'm encouraging you to talk about it, be vocal, post your post, and the side benefit is you get to get entered in the giveaway. Whatever it is this month, whatever you end up picking, and it's going to keep growing. The more people that post, the more people that get excited, the more all this stuff is going to grow. So I encourage you. Week 3, it is a holiday for us. It should be. I feel like I've had another great week, and for my week 2 results. In fact, in the comments down here, or not in the comments, but I'm going to put a graphic as I'm talking to you that shows my week 1 to week 2 to week 3, starting week 3 results, of how close I am to my goal by a percentage, and how much of my percentage of my body weight I've lost. Because that's what's important for me, because I already lost so much weight in the first pass of this, that now it's harder to lose huge numbers, but it's better to, I'm trying to focus percentage on my weight and toward my goal. I've had a good one. Share some of your victories the last 2 weeks in the comments below. I'd really appreciate that. All right, have a great week. Hopefully it's not too cold where you are. We'll talk again next week. We've got hunt videos coming out, Dub Life videos coming out. Yesterday's Dub Life had Seductive Steve, if you're interested in that. It was a good one. And you'll see that is the final video before we started our B-Dub Fit Challenge. So that crosses over from December into January. So you've got a bunch of nonsense eating, and then we get really strict at the end. So maybe interesting for you to watch. All right, we'll talk to you next time. See you then.